Oh, nice timing. Okay, air signs. I'm going to get right to it here. Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra in that order. Okay, alignment. Here we go. So spiritual readings, again, may resonate, may not. If you're attached to the infinity room, 10 to 1, that's the energy I'm picking up on. Okay, here we go. 7 of Cups, negative, toxic energy. Wow. Aquarius, this is you. So you're either in this, receiving it, or trying to get out of it. One of the two. Next card. Queen of Swords, cold and calculating. Wow, that might be a hint as to where it's coming from or going to. Again, sorry my lights are off here. Try and get rid of the glare as much as I can. So again, swords is our element, right? Air. Negative, toxic fumes is what they said. So we may be fuming in some negative, toxic energy, okay? Or this may be coming at us, right? People are absorbing this on all levels is the sense I get. Again, cold and calculating. So we may be in a position where we are have, how do you say, his head on a platter type thing. In the sense that they're giving me is that we may have had to sacrifice something here in the form of a relationship, partnership, person, friendship, even in an area, and there's stagnant, not stagnant energy, just toxic energy in the midst here. Next card, the Devil. Wow. It's bringing us to a whole other level. That's just give me a minute here. Want me to look at these people. There's interesting because there's like, one circle. I don't know if you can see this. One circle is kind of looks like people are in rough shape. Like there's one on the floor, and the other one, it's like they're trying to be free. I don't know. I can't figure it out. It almost looks like the same, but one's in confusion and one's, I don't know. But this devil energy, right? Just give me a minute here. Either the Aquarius has come upon this energy that is, it's heavy. It's heavy. Either someone wants to restrain us or we're doing this to someone else. It's heavy energy that like, of holding us down is really what I'm getting. I'm going to move forward. Okay. So on top of this toxic energy card, we have rigid. So us or someone else may have taken a rigid stance here in this circumstance, whatever it is. I feel like it's a kind of I don't feel like it's an incident that just happened. I feel like it's ongoing and it's been this way for quite a while. I feel like the Aquarius is in this energy. It's just dark, heavy, and toxic, okay? So on cold and calculating, I feel like someone here is absolutely planning and scheming and going forward in a way to inhibit someone else's enjoyment forward is what they're giving me. Inhibit someone else's freedom and enjoyment, okay? So if this is you, we got to back off that energy. One, you cannot truly do this without free will, like take away someone's free will is what I'm getting. Yeah, we might be walling off to a certain person in our life, creating a wall of distance, or this being put upon us in a way. Someone has walled us off. You'll know where you sit. Now, on the cold and calculating, we get strength. I feel like I'm still not sure who's who in the mix here, but nonetheless, there's a sense here that someone is standing in their strength. Now, I feel like both parties here, I feel like this is two people, they know who they are in opposition of each other. And I feel like one is searching for freedom and one is searching for, not searching as much as holding the essence of control and dominance over another. Okay. And one is longing to be free. I feel like the strength here is in somebody taking a stand and saying, no, I will not. Okay. This is what I'm getting. Now, on top of the Devil card, we get self-worth. Now, those that go outward in control are usually lacking in this to the highest degree, even though they may seem like, or trying to fake the fact that they have a lot of self-worth. It is usually how they go outward in it because they don't have a lot of it, this kind of thing. But I'm going to read that one. 32. Yeah, heavy, thick, soupy energy. Wow. So it says you're asked to consider, what value do you place on yourself in your life? Because if someone is trying to do this to you, control you, you have to, know your worth in that way. Or if you are going outward to someone else, you have to know what that is worth as well. Like put that back upon yourself. That's what I'm getting. It says, do you believe in yourself, or do you behave in a way that tells others you are not worthy? All my children act with self-respect no matter the circumstances they come from. Self-worth and self-esteem mean that you will not allow yourself to be led into compromising situations. I feel like someone here is doing that knowing that they're putting the other person in this way. So again, knowing where you sit there. Love yourself, for I love you dearly and want the best for you. Act as though you are worthy of only the best and you shall have it. Keep your head high. So there's a sense here of standards, is what I get, like in my knowledge of words. Again, someone may be walling off to us, or we may have taken a stand towards them or them to us, and that there's a holding ground here. And above all, what needs to be learned is self-worth within these individuals. Okay. On top of the rigid, again, walling off or creating a barrier between you and others. We get the bear, the polar bear, like that's the one who is trudging forward. He's going through snow and slush and ice, and he's trudging forward no matter how hard things are here. And I don't know if that's for the highest good involved. I feel like we've been in a position, again, the Aquarius or your partner that you're dealing with here, or whoever is the second person here, may have been in a position where they're trudging through all of this soupy mess, this thick, toxic energy to a degree that no longer, right? Barriers. There seems to be kind of a trend here in the barrier area. So this may be also happening. We created a barrier or standing up for something, because the bear is going toward his strength, right? What are your strengths? So is this person outside of me seeing my strengths for all it's worth, or am I exhibiting strengths forward? Da, da, da. Okay, on top of the strength card, we get, that's interesting, the mask card. What was behind there? Yeah, that was the sacrifice. Cold and calculating, but she's the Queen of Swords, which is the element here. And this deck, it's very, someone's been sacrificed here. And I feel like either the person that's been, one of the people here, yeah, it's the person that's been sacrificed, not liking it. So they're trying to overpower and get that person to take them back is really what I'm getting. Now, there's strength here. And there's the mask. So it's interesting to me because the sense they're giving me is the mask is about false beliefs, false impressions, and false ways that we go forward. So if that is our strength, we are in complete illusion of what we're going forward with. So this would bring this card together quite frequently with that energy, because it's like we are masking our true identity. Not only that, we're going forward in, okay, I'm just going to carry on here. Masking, we're really truly masking what we truly want. We're creating a play, and we are now a different character, is what they said. We are creating a stage, and we're for other people's approval is what they're getting, or what I'm getting. They're saying other people's approval. This is what we're truly not coming from where we want to come from. We're masking our own emotions, feelings, and whatever, so that we can impress others that may not matter to us anyway. Now, on self-worth, what do we get there? We get 16, the star card. Okay, so the star card is about hope, right? Because if we gain our self-worth, we may have hope to figure this whole situation out. Because the sense here is we're just being a false person. We're trudging away and may have been in a relationship or a situation with another where we were trudging forward in our mask, full-on mask, and now we're trying to, I feel like somehow there's an illumination here that self-worth seems to be at the root of all of this. We're either just discovering this, or it's coming to bear in some way, and then we realize that we can change our direction because of this. We can gain self-worth and change direction here. And part of that is letting go of this, right? And what's behind it? Strength. Strength to be who you are and go forward in that. That will make more progress than anything at this point. Now, we're going to move to the spiritual side here. I feel like this is a very, they want me to make mention that this is a very, it depends on your activity here over the next week. If we tap into our self-worth and deal with ourselves rather than those outside of us and trying to control those outside of us and their opinion, if we work on our self-worth, we can make progress. There is hope. But if we do not, then we're headed we're headed straight into the devil energy, okay? With full knowledge, okay? Spiritual, here we go. Perception. I'm just going to read again. Dark energy here. And needing to make the right decisions. She's got a little winged mask in white, and the rest of her is dark. So it's almost like there's an illumination here of the light coming to bear, and that's dealing with your self-worth and the issues, okay? And then 21, perception. Okay, so just let me read this. Understanding, worldview, opinion of self, clarity, and objectivity. Interesting. Yeah, I can't get that clear. Perception is the fifth of the influence cards, and it pertains to the organization, identification, and interpretation of sensory information in order to understand what we sense and experience. When this card appears, it symbolizes an opportunity or need to look at how you analyze or interpret your experiences, not or, and. How you analyze and interpret your experiences, and how your interpretation then influences your choices and the ability to see and weigh options and opportunities. Our lives are built upon foundations laid by our perceptions And how we perceive the world and those around us influences our ability to learn, understanding of cause and effect, and our ability to see and weigh our options and to make decisions. There is no area of our life that is not influenced by our own perception. Our lives can be empowered and fulfilled because how we perceive our reality gives us confidence. In our lives can be destroyed in an instant if our idea of what is real is revealed to be a lie and our perception is shattered. Perception can be accurate and precise, and it can also be false and founded in misinformation, illusion, or imagination. The knowledge we possess that is born of education, study, practical application can increase our perceptiveness. However, our knowledge can be limited and it can be inaccurate and flawed. For example, our knowledge of other people is limited by the fact we only know what they reveal to us, and then we process and analyze the information by making comparisons to ourselves. However, they are not us. They might be like us in some ways, but completely different in more ways. We do not know their innermost thoughts and feelings, so we know of them. What we know of them is often based on little fact and a lot of assumption. Have you heard the story of the 6 blind men and the elephant? They each stand before the elephant. The first man stands on the elephant's head, his hands upon the elephant's trunk. Because of the way the elephant's trunk is shaped and it feels moving beneath his hands, he believes that the elephant itself is a snake. The second man stands on the elephant's tusks, and because of the way its tapered shape and pointed end feels beneath his hands, the second man believes that the elephant is like a spear. The third man stands on the elephant's ear, and because of the way it's shaped and feels flat and waving from side to side, he believes that the elephant is like a fan. The fourth stands on the elephant's leg, and because of the thickness and strength of the elephant's leg, he believes the elephant is like a tree. And the fifth man stands at the elephant's side, and when he feels the mighty expanse, he believed that the elephant is like a wall. Finally, the sixth man stands on the tail. Because of the way it feels, he believes the elephant is like a rope. So it's 6 totally disparate opinions, 6 totally disparate opinions based upon the information each blind man possesses. The men fall into conflict. Each believe he is right and the other is wrong. The blind men begin to war each other, so fixated on their own beliefs that they are willing to inflict harm. Suddenly, a sighted man comes upon them and shouts for them to cease. He asks them why they are fighting, and so each blind man tells his tale. The man looks at the elephant and then at the blind men before him. He says, "But you are all right. The elephant's trunk is like a snake. The elephant's tusk is like a spear. And the ear is like a fan, and the leg is like a trunk, and his side like a wall, and his tail like a rope. But you're also wrong, because each of the parts you have touched are just parts of the whole elephant." So each of the blind men then circles the elephant, touching the other parts. And with the new information and the new multiple perspectives offered, each is willing to concede that he has been both correct and incorrect at the same time. Their increased perception, born of multiple perspectives, has finally allowed them to see the whole elephant, the bigger picture. That's the moral here, bigger picture. So our perception can shift and alter and be enhanced in a heartbeat once new information born of a different perspective is provided. Once it is altered, it cannot be restored to what it was. Having touched all the parts of the elephant, the blind man can no longer fast to their original opinions. So even if we believe to be the truth is revealed to be an illusion, and that we once perceived to be an illusion is revealed to be the truth, there is no reset button for our perception. Our perception of what is simply changes and alters as our awareness increases. So every change to our perception changes our reality, and every change to our reality influences the choices we make. So long story short, This is what's going on. There's a perception problem here. Boom. That's all it is. Next. Masculine and feminine. So this may have to do with that kind of a dynamic in your area. I'm going to read this too. Masculine and feminine. So maybe in this area that we have distortions, right? Perception. Or, you know, not quite illuminated, not educated to the highest. So this is talking about passive, aggressive, creation, destruction, action, inaction. So masculine, feminine, opposites, right? Put aside gender stereotypes. Masculine energy serves to protect. Feminine energy serves to nurture. Too much of one, not enough of another? Question mark. The 11 of fire is balancing and realignment. It symbolizes the importance of balancing our masculine and feminine energies and to remind us we are and always will be a mix of both. Our physical gender is irrelevant. The 11 of fire asks that we look beyond gender stereotypes to how we respond and react to day-to-day experiences. On an energetic level, our masculine aspect serves to protect self and others, while our feminine serves to nurture ourself and others. A typical male will embody a more masculine energy than female, and they are characteristically more aggressive and forceful, but also very protective of those they feel are in need of protection. However, they are more apt to use physical force and aggression to protect. A typical female, however, will embody more feminine energy than masculine, and they are characteristically more passive and yielding while possessing the same desire to protect the vulnerable. They will generally use diplomacy and dialogue in order to determine an option that avoids conflict. So gender stereotypes are often one-dimensional and rarely accurate, especially when we are discussing masculine and feminine energy as opposed to a man and a woman. It can become even more problematic to assign specific attributes to either gender when there are many men who identify as female and women who identify as male. When it comes to masculine and feminine energy, we all have both regardless of our gender that we have assigned ourselves, and this energy is expressed in how we behave and act. It influences all that we do. Masculine energy is active, impatient, assertive, creative, aggressive, forceful, protective, logical, analytical, and controlling. Feminine energy is inactive, calm, retiring, receptive, passive, yielding, nurturing, emotional, intuitive, and allowing. Masculine energy motivates us to focus upon our personal needs and self, while feminine energy motivates us to think of others and their needs. Regardless of gender, a person who is energetic and proactive is embracing the masculine, while someone who is calm and passive is embracing the feminine. Neither is good or bad, but if the imbalance is present, it can be evident and our actions give rise to destructive behavior. I feel like this is really what's out of control. We have a domination of a masculine energy is what I'm feeling, of control and aggression and this kind of thing. And to a degree where we're doing this, in an area of a feminine. So we are taking high advantage of where we sit, and we're overpowered instead of balancing our energy in the right way. It's coming across that way. Either you're a victim of this or you are perpetrating this outward. Okay. So at the end here, it says, pause for a moment and evaluate and bring your masculine and feminine energies into harmonious alignment with your life and your needs. I went over enough there about masculine and feminine, because there's a sense here of an energy that wants to come forward. It's like the ultimate, you know, like in a twin relationship, you have the ultimate masculine, the ultimate feminine. And if you do not balance your energies within yourself, you'll have problems in developing the relationship. Next, the counselor. You see what's going on here. So one person, the sense I'm getting is one person's gone outward in this, and it's created conflict, or whatever, this energy of soupy toxic situation, or habits or whatever. And now the counselor comes in here. Now I get a sense that's intrinsically what instinctively you should be getting, coming through to you instinctively, like a counselor instinct to want to balance that out. But at the same time, it might be someone outside of you that actually does this, or that we go to for counselor and that counsel in that kind of way. $294. So it's talking about empathy, wisdom, objective advice, trustworthy, emotional understanding, clarity, and sharing. Questions and mixed emotions, beyond words or emotions, and mixed or confused emotions. Listen, listen, and hear. So listen twice as much as you talk, or listen, listen, hear. Actually, that's all the same. Listen, listen, hear. I don't know what they're doing there. Counselor of water represents one who stands high, an elder, an advisor, a wise man or woman, whom the king or queen calls upon to discuss their feelings regarding a situation or experience of concern. She or he is someone who is trusted, caring, compassionate, and who will listen attentively, only interrupting the flow to ask questions if there is need. And once the tale is told, they offer their thoughts in an objective manner. The role here is to give instruction, but to present alternatives and insight that will help the seeker understand the thoughts and feelings that may be clouding their judgment. That's usually the way I see myself as I give these readings. I want to be that third person that gives clarity to all involved so that we can go to the best place possible, whether that's together or apart, whatever. So again, an empathetic person skilled at stepping outside of themselves to look through the eyes of others, never judge, offers only compassion, the opportunity to understand the emotions at play. By asking the right question, she helps people to come to their own conclusions about what feels right for them and how to proceed from that point. So there's a sense here of needing to do that, or a sense that the Aquarius might be in a position where they're needing this, going to this. I feel like there is someone that they do have for counsel in that way. I just don't know that they're getting the proper instruction, meaning I don't know that the Aquarius is going forward and spilling the beans, so to speak. I don't feel like they're being forthcoming with what their problems are, so therefore they can't get the answers, that kind of thing. But there are people in their court, which is good. So we'll carry on with that. Okay, on top of the perception, again, the problem here, perceiving, and I feel for the Aquarius, it's like we can't put ourselves in that other person's shoes. So there's no empathy is what I'm getting. Now what we get, water elemental, allow my body, mind, and spirit to flow intuitively through the changes in life. So yeah. On a certain level, I feel like the Aquarius is not open to changes in their view, okay? Water elemental is always about emotions in the depths of this. Dolphins are about high frequency. I feel like this is what is wanting to happen for the Aquarius this time. You're trying to change, the universe is trying to change your perception on how you deal with emotions forward. The water element is about the emotions themselves. And the spiritual, yeah, okay, I'm just going to continue here. On the masculine and feminine, again, we got an imbalance here in the Aquarian or their partner that is very much not being seen for its imbalance. We're very much overblown in the masculine or feminine area to to a degree it is imbalanced and it's creating havoc, because if we are too much in our masculine, we're too dominating, too controlling, of people outside of us. And if we are in our feminine energy, we're too passive, but I'm getting more of a domination here than anything. Now, on top of that, we're talking about integration. I combine my body, mind, and soul to lift all of humanity to a new dimension. The sense here is we need to gain balance of our masculine and feminine. Once we do that, then we start to integrate the energies of universal, because it's, as long as we are in an imbalance, we are not receptive to the energies of intuition and that, because it's a frequency that they just can't tap into. So there may be a sense here of not knowing what to do. Why? Because our instinct's not there. Why? Because we are imbalanced, period. We got to get to a balance. It's like we got to get to meditate so we can let stuff in. We got to get to a balance so that we can let stuff in. It all works together. On the counselor, what do we get? All of them are upside down. Gratitude. I'm grateful for everyone and everything in my life and lessons each brings. So again, being grateful for those things that are going right. It may not be a lot going right for these Aquarians at this time, but they do need to focus on that which is right. You know, if there's things going good, we need to be grateful and show gratitude for that. And that in tune will help us connect. Okay. So on top of the water element, to expand, we get challenge your perception. And look at this. Perception. These are basically the same cards from different decks by the same maker, Ravan Falon. I don't know if that's how I butchered your name there, but these are the same cards. There's a perception here that we're taking a stand is just not right. So we need to challenge the perception that we currently carry, because it is not doing us good. It has not done us good. So we need to look differently at things. Now, integration is about that universal energy wanting to come down and connect. Heed your dreams. There's hints, dream time, carrying hints for these Aquarians. Where to look, what to work on. A lot of what I get is kind of mundane dreams, but they're dreams where I deal with issues and lessons and whatnot. And a lot of those lessons are things that we need to look at, like why, highlight, question, where, how would I deal with that in the real life? Am I dealing with things in real life or in dream time? Am I dealing with them completely in different ways? Am I using my dream time as an escape, or am I utilizing my dream time as an expansion of what I do on the universal plane, like in the here and now on Earth, right? What am I doing? There's hints there to kind of funnel you to that change of perception. It's in your dream time. The answers are there. So the gratitude, again, appreciating more of what you have in your life at the moment will expand on the energy of showing you more to be grateful for. And what do you know? We have to embrace the masculine. I was getting a masculine energy. Now, this is interesting because I got to go back. Okay. How do I? Okay, so this is the counselor energy, right? I said like a mediator, someone outside of us that kind of tunes us in or makes us think clearer, right? Because we're on the wrong track here. Our perception is wrong. So, or twisted or whatever. It's not in the right way. So one of the things you do is look to your dreams, but your counselor, right? Whoever you're going to for guidance that's giving you good counsel, they have the keys. Now, again, the gratitude, just give me a minute. I lost my train, because ultimately we're talking about, about the masculine energy here. Embrace the masculine. Now, the sense here is we may be a feminine that is having problems with a masculine, or a masculine that's having problems with a feminine. And we need to embrace that to a higher degree. One, there's an imbalance in our field that's creating an imbalance in their field, and that needs to be balanced out, and it will copycat that once you do that for yourself. So this may be a twinned situation as well, where we have an imbalance. Okay, so say I'm a woman and I got an imbalance of feminine energy to a degree that I put up with way too much stuff. I'm a doormat, and people abuse me, and I'm depressed and sad all the time. And I have a masculine outside of me that takes advantage of that. He's too much in his masculine. I'm too much in my feminine, and it's all going haywire. Nobody's balanced. So if I take the road and I work on my own self-balance, create those boundaries, then ultimately that masculine comes at me, he's going to have to change and adapt. He's going to have to change his perception of me because I changed my boundaries, and vice versa. You got a masculine that's over dominating, he's got to change his. He's got to tone down. He's got to deal with his compassion. Okay. Now, again, I don't know what this card here, I don't know if they're trying to tell me that. Give me a minute. I'm going to tap in. The feeling they're giving me is that the Aquarian might be resistant to information that this person is coming forth with, yet they know in their heart that it's true and they don't want to adapt or change, is really what I'm getting. Okay. But we know that this is true, that it will help us, but it's just a sense here that we're not going to change that. Therefore, it just won't change anything in our life. It's really, and that's why they're going, this is why it's not changing, because we're not. So embrace the masculine is, yes, on a balanced level. We may have a masculine here and too much dominating, too much. That needs to be balanced out. And if we have a feminine in the same way, it's all about the balance, no matter embracing the masculine or not. It's all about balancing and then embracing what you get when you balance that energy. If you're over controlling, over jealous, over, it's too far gone, right? Okay, so the fortune card on top of that is the star. Hard times are over. Look forward to an abundance of happiness, enthusiasm, and positivity. So there's this sense here that even though we started out with like really soupy, toxic energy here with the Seven of Cups and the devil bringing out the worst in us and things that have been cut. Again, we may have people here getting feminines that have cut a situation out, cut a masculine out, and a need to be able to absorb a new masculine coming in. Not necessarily that one, but a new one coming in where we've sacrificed, right? Because the sense here is that I feel like that was exactly what we sacrificed. We had a situation where we were too feminine or too masculine, and we had the opposite that was taking advantage of that situation, and that's what we got rid of. That's what was cut out. Okay, and there may not have been good reception on either side for this. Whoever decided to cut things out, there's not good reception. But what they're saying here is the star is really healing energy, knowing that the worst is over and now abundance and happiness can come in. So if we had a masculine that we let go in toxic energy, they're saying be open to embrace masculine energy again, because we need to heal through that. Okay, boom, that was the message. Okay, so that was Aquarius. Wow, heavy. Gemini. First card for Gemini, the sun. That's good, groovy, man. Yeah, happiness and joy. So happiness, joy, light, summer. I feel like the Geminis are really embracing summer, like in the northern, I'm in the North America here. Spring is coming, summer's coming. So I feel like that's really getting a lot of these Geminis sprung for the season. This is where they like, everybody's moving and shaking and being normally out and about, but they're excited for what's coming. Now, the next cup, well, this is the next card, Five of Cups, grief and loss. So these are opposites here, complete opposites, joy and ecstasy, and this one's about sadness and sorrow. So what's going on? Queen of Pentacles, nurturing, generosity. What? I feel like our grief and loss is coming in the direction of finances or something that we've worked hard to gain and nurture. Yeah. I'm gonna go forward here on top of the Sun card. Look at this fulfillment come through every reading. What makes us happy and joyful? Thinking about how we can be fulfilled in our lives. That's what makes us happy and joyful. We're thinking about fulfillment, how we can gain that. And we know what, I feel like we know down the road what we want to gain that. It makes us happy. Now, grief and loss comes to the vision. I'm going to read this. That bit of an illusion comes there. It's like not seeing things clearly. Because we're happy, happy, joy, joy. Then all of a sudden, boom. No, we're not. No more. Complete opposite. So on this vision card, it says that no matter what you lose in your life, something better will replace. So even if a loss feels devastating at the moment, you still have so much to gain. And if your question is about future, choose another card. And there's one coming. The magical vision that you receive will give you temporary power to see the future as a vast place full of possibility and potential. Your next card will provide insight into conditions ahead of you to know the future is to be prepared. I feel like from this card, it's like we don't know what our future holds, but nonetheless, the universe is going, oh, it's filled with great things. We've got some grief going on here, but our future has got great promise. So again, we may have lost finances, a partner, friendship, loyalties, something here, but the future is promising better is what I get. Now, on top of the nurturing, we get meditation. Nurturing and generosity. Yeah, I feel like that has something to do with, that's what we're worried about. That's what the energy is surrounded by, this nurturing. We nurtured something for so long, and it may be something that we're losing at this point, but they're going, we got to let it, we got to let it go gracefully is the sense I get. And the sense they're giving me too is I gave too much here. I gave too much of myself here. So that may be a lesson you need to learn. I don't know. Meditation is the card on top. So, I mean, obviously meditation is slowing down to take note and, one, to speak to the universe, and two, to hear them as well, to be quiet so that we can speak. Be quiet so that we can hear, and then, being quiet so that we can speak is, you know what I mean? Jeez, I can't get my words out. Being quiet so that we can hear what the universe, our instinct, is telling us, and being still so that we can speak to the universe or whatever, like calm. So anyway, the meditation card, it says, listen to the sounds of the pulsing energy as the life force inherits the all things, or gentle song to your sweet ears. My mouth just don't work. I'll read that again. The pulsing energy, listen to the pulsing energy of sounds as life forces inherent in all things. And it sings a gentle song to your sweet ears. So this is a time for non-action. Do nothing and find quiet within your heart and wait. All will be revealed when the time is right. Now is the time for quiet contemplation. You won't miss anything if you stay quiet. Be still right now, as you will discover your magic in silence. So there's yeah, and it may be having to do with this loss, like Hold on here. I got to look at the back. Yeah, because this energy, it's almost like we had an interruption in our happy zone, brought something to the surface, um, and a regret of how much energy we put into something and now it's gone. How much energy we kept investing and it did us no good, kind of thing, is the sense that I'm getting. So now as I move, oh man, that's the wrong way. I'm looking. Okay, I need to just post. Okay, so this was here. This was here, and that talks about what we want for our future. You know, vision. As we sit now, I feel like our vision is kind of dashed. Our hopes are dashed. Our mindset is kind of off. But nonetheless, we need to think about the future and not necessarily act as much as just stay in a calm vibration here. Okay, we're going to move forward. On top of fulfillment, what do we get? 29, the waiting woman. So you may be a woman waiting for new prospects in the area here. She's got a book, again, the passive energy, right? Waiting. Yeah, waiting, right? Waiting for what? Fulfillment to come. Okay, so on top of the vision card, we get 38, the bridge, which is about overcoming obstacles, creating bridges where we would have been swept away by the current. And the sense here is that we need to think positively in that way. Now, the grief and loss card is behind this in the background. But as long as we keep our vision towards the future and what we want to create, we will do okay. We will overcome the obstacles, right? The sense they're giving me. And again, right? So we need to see that they're going, we need to see this card. The grief and the loss. If we have great vision of our future, we can overcome the obstacles, okay? Now, nurturing and generosity. And again, they're going, we just have to relocate that to another more worthy position. Meditate, think about where that might be. And then 3 is the ship and travel in that direction. Go in that direction. Seek and ye shall find, right? And that is the physical act of movement and going. Now it's interesting because it comes after the meditation card. It comes after the stillness, the calm, the quiet. So there's a sense here that we need to kind of calm ourselves down enough to go. And Geminis can be quite feisty, where they're doing so many things at once they don't even realize. They need to calm themselves down, focus in one direction and go. It will become quite clear once we calm the jets. So, okay, next. Spiritual side, something we need to overcome. We got the tools. We just need to slow down long enough to let it come in instinctively. This is a good card. 3 of water. I'm going to go to the books for this. The sense here is future, good future prospects, exciting things in the future. We're excited to go. We're excited to adventure, and we're looking forward. We have a positive mental attitude, which is really good. So I'm going to read here more in depth. Okay, so 3 of water, satisfaction, pleasure, joy, happiness, anticipation, attachment, and expectation. So there's a lot of pleasure cards here. We're looking for, things in the future to bring that to us. And anticipation is what I get here. Like, we're excited about what the future holds, right? So represents satisfaction, indicates that you have come to a time to rejoice in life and your success. She stands tall, confident, with arms raised in victorious celebration. She is invested greatly in her creative endeavors and is well satisfied with her progress and accomplishments so far. She's positive and hopeful that her success will continue. So she turns to greet the future with anticipation and excitement. This card is about positive affirmation, symbolizes joyous potential, for a rewarding outcome. It also signifies the importance of taking time to appreciate, celebrate, and enjoy life along the way. Look back and be proud of what you accomplished. Do a little victory dance before returning once more to the future with a heart full of hope and a smile upon your lips. It's important to allow yourself these moments of joy and celebration and remember them. Yeah, they're wanting me to clarify something here. Because this is really, there's a lot of great cards here, but there's obviously been some kind of a loss or disappointment happen, but there's a lot of great energy, joyous movement. The sun is like the happiest. Fulfillment is what we're looking to tap into and expand on, right? So there's a sense either that we're going to go in a direction where we're finding it, or we're high on the trail of it, okay? And again, I'm getting a past here that's mixed up in some energy that we're very easily able to move forward and let go of. Okay? Hopefully that's transferring. Okay, hold on here. Okay, this was up. Okay, that's that card. Next card, Two of Earth. Yeah, that's about balancing things out, right? So in the sense here they're giving me is that we got to watch, well, yeah, you know what, I'm going to read. Because I'm like, watch how excited we get. And they're like, no, they have to be excited. They have to be excited to be inspired to move forward. But give me a minute. Two of Air, Two of Earth, 160. What is the key word here? Equilibrium, flexibility, adaptability, compromise, confidence, procrastination, and freedom. Interesting. Balance within work, home, family, and play, whilst remaining flexible and adaptable and meeting one's commitment and responsibilities. I'm going to leave it there. Is just to balance all these areas. We'll come up with the greatest, highest good here. I'm going to leave it at that because that's really what's encompassing the energy of the card. The King of Earth, come forth. This guy is heavily, I'm going to read. I don't want to leave nothing to chance here. Yeah, I'm just reading through the whole thing here. Virile, successful, industrial, devoted, steadfast, authoritative, reliable, and dedicated. He is a very satisfied man, and he has every reason to be. Everything he touches turns to gold. His kingdom is secure and wealthy, and his people are happy and prosperous. He's not afraid to be open or candid because he has no insecurities or emotional baggage. No emotional baggage to feed doubt and fear. He is only too willing to share in his success and give advice and guidance without hesitation when asked. He does not fear that doing so will give rise to competition or rival. He believes everyone is entitled to the same opportunities. So he's clear-minded, reliable, someone you can trust and depend on, very wise in intelligence, and these keep him at the forefront of all that he does. On a business level, he may be boring and pedantic, but his methods are sound. He has found a process that works for him and the one that pays the dividends. Why change the yield results? If his methods fail, then he is willing to change. But if methods work, then change is not required and is an unnecessarily waste of time and energy. He is not one to try to fix that which is not broken. So let me sit with that a little bit. I feel like that's not so much someone, it could be someone outside of you, but more so the energy that you are taking on. You feel like, if it ain't broke, I ain't fixing it, da da da. This is the energy that the Gemini is carrying highly, I feel. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. Now, as we go one level further here on top of the 3, which is celebration and excitement about what is coming forward, we have Archangel Michael. He's been helping people here. Grateful for strength and courage that he brings to our life. So he may be backing you with this energetic feeling of moving forward with the excitement and anticipation. He may be giving you the strength to do this. Okay, backing you. From the angelic realms, now on the balance and the stability that wants to come forth. Third eye, what do you know? This was in another reading. Wisdom of higher self and applying wisdom in your life, right? So, yeah, okay. How do I word that? Just a minute ago, I said, what did I say that I shouldn't have said? Oh, man. I said something like, yeah, I'm trying to analyze here and I can't get very far. But the bottom line here is balance is needed. And from an instinctive point of view, there's something here that needs to be balanced. It has to do with our excitement and going forward. They're going, don't temper our excitement, but how we deal with these situations that bring about excitement is more, it's on a deeper level than just, don't temper our excitement, because we need that to inspire us to go forward. What we need to temper is the way that we deal with situations, like the harshness of situations is what I'm getting. Hopefully that makes sense for someone here. On the King of Earth, there's a strong, stable energy that wants to come forth, and that may be our impulsiveness or strong and sturdy, this kind of thing. We may be, because we're Geminis, we may be balancing 2 separate ways of being. Instead of having this outside of us, it's inside of us, and we're trying to regulate, self-regulate. Yeah, balance. There it is again. I understand and embrace the opposite forces that bring about balance. So the Gemini, this is what they're famous for, right? Well, today I feel this way and today I feel that way. And it's the great balance that the Gemini has to figure out. There's something here they want to go after or go forward with. There's something here that has happened that has created a sense of grief and sorrow. And somehow they got to balance their life back out is really the sense I'm getting. This is a beautiful card, eh? Pretty. Anyway, Archangel Michael, on top of him, we have do not fear the unknown. I feel like we are going forward quite triumphantly. But if we didn't have Michael behind us, we may be fearing this a little more than normal. And the sense here is there's nothing to fear. Therefore, we're going to gain progress here. Now, on top of the third eye action, we have know your power. So the sense I'm getting is that we may not be using our third eye as much as we could in any situation. I said in this situation, they're going any situation. We're not using our psychic intuitive abilities here to the degree that we could. They could keep us out of trouble quite highly. And we haven't learned that lesson yet, is the sense I'm getting. Now, on top of the balance again, surrender to the flow, right? Don't fight that which is coming at you. Lean into it. So if you have a decision that's been made universally, and I feel like these Geminis have been through a few decisions that have been made without their approval, we'll put it that way. Lean into it and go with it as if that's the way it's meant to be, to serve my higher purpose, and we'll see what kind of energy comes from that. Because there's a sense of fighting all of these things that are coming down for your highest good, and they're going, why are we doing this? We shouldn't be doing this. We need to go with the flow. That we know what's best. You don't know. But again, our perceptions here are being challenged, and we are instinctively being let in on it, but we're not dipping into our instinct to get the answers. So there's another hint there as well. Go to your third eye, your visions, things that are coming in your mindset, your daydreams, things that are flashing. These are hints as to where we need to look, focus, pay attention to, that kind of thing. Put our energy in. Go with the flow. Okay, and the fortune card For the Gemini, snake, your intuition and healing powers will guide you to a better path. Be careful, right? Because I feel like we're inexperienced in following our instinct to a degree that we let it take over. So we don't, there's a sense here that Gemini wants to be totally intellectual without taking our emotions into account. It's like almost like they don't know how to take the emotions into account fully in order to make a decision because they're so used to working from their intellect, and we'll go from there. But now they have to, take in the heart center, and they're like, whoa, I don't know if I should even do that, because they feel like that's insensible, nonsensical, that kind of thing. So there's a sense here, no, you have intuition, your healing powers will guide you to better just be careful, take two things into account instead of just the logic at this point, and we'll make better headway. That'll be a challenge for you. Okay, heavy energies. Fulfillment is coming, I feel, for the Gemini. They just really have to tap into their instinct because the universe is trying to guide you, and we weren't following our instincts. So this is the autocorrect that's coming out here in our life, okay? Libra, last but not least. First card, explore opportunities, 3 of Wands. So we're feeling expansive is the word they gave. We want to expand in all areas, want to go out, do things, This is good. More knowledge, more things, not even knowledge, but experience more areas. Prince of Wands, boldly powering forward. Exactly. Exploring opportunities, feeling very free and unencumbered by anything and wanting to just explore anything that comes at us, right? Great adventurous way that we're going forward. Cool energy, man. 4 of Swords, rest and relief. Well, that didn't take you very far. Give me a minute here. The sense is we got no stamina. That's what I'm getting from here, because we're all gung-ho in the 3 of Wands, and then we get on our chariot and away we go, and then all of a sudden we need to rest. What's going on? We'll go to the second line, see if we can figure it out. On top of exploring opportunities, we get love. Okay. So this is the area that we want to expand. We want to explore. We want to open up windows. Where? In the love home. In the home of love. We want to look through windows, peep indoors, Yeah. So I'm going to read from that, no less. I mean, love's pretty simple, right? But words. Let's go into the words. Lean into the words. Okay. It says, it's time to celebrate. Sorry. It's time to celebrate because love is calling to you to open your heart and receive my blessing. Choosing this symbol is a powerful sign that love in all forms is in your life now. There's a responsibility to this also. You must give love freely without conditions and love others because your heart is open. There's something else here to consider. Love can be confusing and can sometimes ask a sacrifice of you. If your heart is aching and feels like it's broken, know that love has greater love for you later. No matter where you are in your life right now, love has come to guide you into an important experience. Trust in love. I'm going to move forward. I don't know yet whether we're open to that or blocking that. It's like we're kind of somewhere in between is the feeling I get. Now, as we boldly go forward, look at this. Beauty. Got a lot of, again, every rose has a thorn, right? And there's good and bad and everything. I'm going to read that one too. I have a sense of what it is, but they want me to read. Beauty is never perfect. Just as beautiful experiences you have will not be perfect forever. It's a sign that beauty is all around you. Keep a positive attitude. Expect wonderful things and they will come to you. See yourself as beautiful and know that beauty is not skin deep. includes qualities that lie beneath the surface. Look for truer beauty in others, as well as always looking beyond appearances. So I feel like not only are we going to be going outward in love in a different way, I feel like this has been a lesson that we recently learned about skin deep beauty, going below the surface. Don't just look for, because we may have been stung by this bug or something happened here where we had to learn a lesson, okay? Now, beyond that, the sense here is that, yeah, we're just going to go forward in it. Now, on the rest and relief, it's almost like we want to go forward and then all of a sudden we stop or take a pause. We have wishing. Okay, let's go there. This is a new card I haven't come across very often. It says it's a symbol that you're at a wonderful juncture in your life where imagination and preparation can align with the web of power. I know your heart and I know what is for your highest good. Dreams do come true. Make sure your dream serves your highest purpose and does not take away from another. Be careful what you wish for. Remember the coins tossed in a wishing well. For every wish, there is a price to be paid. Are you ready to spend the time and energy that your granted wish will require? Now is the time your wish will be fulfilled. It's a lot of, and obviously this is about a partnership or what we want in a romantical kind of way, right? We wish for something forward here. We have to watch out for superficial ways of being in that. But nonetheless, are we going to be open and receptive is really what I get as a warning. Now, on top of the love, which was backed by exploring new areas here in love, we get the clocks talking about timing. Usually means that there's a timing issue here. Either we're in waiting, or timing is an issue, period. 40, on top of the beauty, that was again the adventuring forward courageously towards beauty and all that it speaks to us. We have, wow, 29, the passionate woman. So this woman is passionately waiting for a partner, right? Very obvious. We have the love starting here and then moving into passionate and then wishing, and what do you know, it comes true, but a need to look at things closer. This is interesting. That's where it stops. Something here, it's like either something came forward. Give me a minute here to tap in. Yeah, like we got our wish and then all of a sudden we stopped. Either maybe it wasn't what we perceived beauty to hold. Okay, it wasn't, maybe we're not looking skin deep, or we're looking at something other than, right? There's some kind of shallowness here is coming to light. Now, it stopped us dead in our tracks is what I'm getting. We wish for something, it's coming forward for us, and now we don't want it, is really what I'm getting. So this is the rest, okay? Now we're wishing for something to come forward, and they're going to be careful what you wish for, right? Now, the clarification is to look closer. Are we making another wish for something different? Let's go one lane deeper here. Okay, this is where we're sitting with the energy. That's the kind of the general spiritual. Now we're going to get into the heavy duty stuff, see what lies. I feel the need to leave the passionate woman in the middle where she belongs there, because that's really what she's after, is all the passion. Now let's go forward here in the energy. First card, self. So I feel like this is about mastery, learning of self, and how we find, I feel, okay, I got to take this out for a minute. I feel very much that this woman is trying to figure out her own self, what gives her peace from within. And it's almost like those two dragons, they could be because she's so zenned out, it's like she doesn't really know what's going on around her, but she's creating a great balance by just being calm and whatnot. Now I'm going to read that. Wow. What's the self? Yeah, 90. So it says I am, identity, self-realization, self-manifestation, center, peace, acceptance. And I felt highly peace is at the forefront here. We're trying to gain our own inner peace, our own outer peace, those that are peaceful outside of us. This may have been the problem of why we came to a full stop with this partner that come forward. Just was no peace there. This may be part of the problem here. It says, signifies the importance of establishing a unique and individual identity that is free of definitions, labels, and embraces unlimited potential. So there may have been some limits and labels on this relationship that were very uncomfortable for the Libra. Yeah, sorry. So there are elements within every society that do all they can to squash the independent, creative, authentic, because they profit in one way or another from doing so. Independent thinkers, creative types, those who defy tradition and convention and perceive what is ethical and moral and what is legal as being two different beasts. The people that threaten the status quo. As a result, we are indoctrinated. We are told how to think, told what is normal, told what is beautiful and acceptable, what is right and what is wrong. Those who those who disagree or seek to be independent or who just do not fit society's definition of normal and beautiful are often met with fear, anger, contempt, and ridicule. I feel like this is the challenge here. It's almost like we had that idea of beauty come to show itself, but because it doesn't fit. Now, it's either through the Libra's eyes or outside of the Libra's eyes that this partner did not fit the mold, that we may be putting a stop to things. Okay, this is what I'm getting. Okay, as we move forward here. Yeah, hold on, where was I? Those who disagree or seek to be independent or who just do not fit with society's definition of normal or beautiful are often met with fear, anger, contempt, and ridicule, and even banishment or imprisonment. Independent thinkers can be considered radicals. Creative types can be eccentric or crazy, and those who defy tradition and convention as rebels and freaks, and all risk condemnation in one way or another. Yet, time and again, we are told that we should embrace our differences, be creative, and strive to be authentic. We are controlled via the media. Would you look at that, eh? Religious organizations and educational institutions, and taught how to behave, how to think, what to believe and feel. We are told what is normal and what is not, and that we must strive to be normal. Normal is acceptable, but what is normal? It takes courage to defy family, tradition, society, expectation. Establishing a healthy, authentic self-identity is one of the most challenging tasks you will face in this lifetime because it requires a willingness to break free of labels and definitions that we, not just others, place upon us. It takes courage to say no to those who expect and sometimes demand that you say yes. So the self card represents stepping free of labels others have bestowed upon us and redefining ourselves in a manner that is non-restrictive or non-limiting. It means having the courage to follow your own path instead of the path that's laid down by others. Who were you? Who are you? Who do you wish to become? The self card poses these questions. Yet you must first know who you are and how you were shaped by the past to be able to answer them. So to discover and know your true self is to undertake a journey of undoing, being, and becoming, to find the center place where you are where you are fulfilled, at peace, and accepting all that you were, are, and will become. Yeah, so it's big circle of energy there. Now I'm going to move on here. Union, yeah. So somewhere along the line here, we're talking about a union coming forth to bear, or has already, is the sense I'm getting. There was a union here, but it didn't work, is the sense I'm getting. Let's go here. Okay, 13. Where are we? Oh, let's back a bit. Union, wholeness, marriage, unity, connection, integration, harmony, alignment, and peace. That's all involved in the second card as well. Now, it symbolizes unity and wholeness, represents our relationship with ourself and relationship with the world around us. It represents harmony that arises when we are in alignment within and both the seen and unseen worlds around us. To achieve this centered state is our fifth reason for being. Who am I? What's my purpose? Why am I here? Self-inquiry puts your feet upon the path to wholeness. It's part of life's quest. And only in asking questions, seeking answers, do we become whole. It's a journey that manifests in self-discovery. We become into the world innocent and pure. While in the womb, our soul is still as one with the source of all, the void, the cosmic web from which all came to be and all will return. Our soul remembers that connection, and the soul remembers its unlimited potential. It remembers it is whole and divine. This knowledge and all that we experienced before taking our first breath in this life resides within our unconscious mind, where it could motivate and guide us if we're not for the fact that from birth we experience a life that is conflicting in every way. As we grow to adulthood, we are taught to define, limit, repress, suppress, and deny. And while we can be surrounded by people who support us and tell us we're capable of anything we set our minds to achieving, we may still limit and restrict our potential by embracing labels and definitions. Furthermore, we're born into a race that divides and separates, to tribes that maintain they want peace but thrive to profit more from conflict and war. Two of the largest tribes are science and religion. Many of the people of each tribe hold those of the other in contempt, and you've heard the argument. Science is founded in fact and reality. Religion, more open and expansive form. Spirituality and myth and make-believe. One is based on logic, analysis, and reason. The other on faith, emotion, and imagination. You scratch the surface and look a little closer. Both are founded in theory. Both require trust and conviction, and both are loved and defended with the same level of conviction. Both could coexist in harmony. Anyway, union is about opposites coming together. Union, obviously this woman is looking forward to this, right? She's looking forward to this. Okay, now what's the next card? Yeah, mirror. Okay, so here we go. Okay, somehow I gotta get this right. The mirror is about that. To me, it signifies a flameage, twin flame union, a twin soul union is what I feel more comfortable saying. Someone who mirrors back to us the exact thing that we put out. So this may be part of the process here with this person. They've come across a twinning of souls, and the fact is just yeah, there's a rejection here on some level. Okay, union. Top of that, we get transformation. I journey within to meet my higher self and find my true happiness. Something went awry here, and if we got a mirroring of unions, one or the other or both are not in a position where they have found their higher self yet, right? So we have transformation here. Yeah, journeying within to meet my higher self. Not only are we going to, after that point that we connect fully to who we are, right? Our higher self comes down to bear in the physical, and we embrace that fully. That's when we attract the partner in a way that is acceptable. Because I feel like there's been a rejection here on some level, like the timeout, right? It was, where was that card? Where did it go? This one here. It kind of takes us right out. It's like, whoa, rest, relief. I can't go here no more. It's rest from all of this, because the soul needs to know where it truly sits and resides, right? Hold on here. I'm getting all the cards mixed up. So yeah, there's a journey here for the Libra trying to make the transformation of their higher self into their lower self and go outward in their full potential. It's really what I'm getting. Now on the self, we get nature spirits, respecting the elementals to help preserve life on earth. Again, connecting with nature will help you do this more smoothly or more without effort, right? It'll be effortless if we embrace nature and all that it has to offer. That includes being outdoors in nature to help us relax, right? Calm our moods. And it could also be embracing, the animals and the creatures that are on it to a degree that it opens us up in a heart-centered kind of way. Now, on this mirror guy, yeah, we have the heart chakra. I love myself and others unconditionally and nurture loving. Yeah, this is screaming to me. Twin soul stuff. There's a sense here of needing to open our heart chakra. I feel like we've had a scare here in the love department, because we got to put this here, right? Because she's looking. What's she looking for? Her heart. She has not found it yet. She met her partner, but her heart's not open. So she couldn't accept that, is really what I'm getting. And not only that, she's not transformed herself into her higher self, her greatest ability to create on this earth. She's not jumped into that yet. So this is really groovy reading, but it's heavy duty, man. She's passionately looking for a partner, but she doesn't realize that she has to look within her own heart before she can see that partner outside of her. And that partner may have come and fronted her, and she just kind of rejected it. Why? Because she's not at her truest potential to recognize it. There she goes. Okay, off. Next, on top of whatever, nurture all you love. I just was guided, take them all off. Nurture all that you love. So all we need to do is focus on those things that we are trying to align ourselves with our higher self, trying to come down to earth and create the best me that can be. And what do? We focus on those things that we love at this time. We go in that direction and we embellish on that. Next, be without malice. So there might be a challenge here to be able to go forward in peace, whether that's coming at us or coming out from ourselves. We have to be without malice in whatever. I feel like the situation that is past that we're trying to heal from, that's what was carrying, that's what's, the malice is attached to that. So we have to kind of let go of that and go forward in love and compassion. And time to ground. Yeah, there's a sense here, not only in this card, right, but this one as well. We'll cover that card up. The elements are going to help you quite highly heal and feel like you're in the right zone for your heart, right? And that's it. So on top of that, the fortune card talks about playing. It says a journey is indicated physically or metaphorically, and I feel like for this one it might be metaphorically. Your life will become more full, or can be physically as well. You may need a trip away, time away, rest to relax, right? Because we ultimately have created a pause here where we're going to rest and take a break. So maybe a trip is what is needed to get our head in the right place to accept. Because I feel like what's happened here is we may have had a situation where we've, how do you say, a twin soul has been revealed to us, and we may have been disappointed as to the direction. But the feeling is that we are not fully self-aware ourselves, so we cannot fully accept that other person outside of us, because we're not truly seeing. It's like we've got blinders over our goggles, right? So we need to clear that up. How? By going inside, opening our heart for ourselves, aligning with our higher self in the here and now, and letting that best part of us come forward to everybody, not just that partner, everybody, and aligning with that and that. And so a trip may help how do you say, get rid of some turbulence that's going on in other places. So that's what I'm getting. Wow. Libra, holy, that's heavy duty. But anyway, those are the air signs, man. That's heavy duty. Hopefully that helped some of you guys figure things out, see things straight. Again, the alignment of our minds with our physical world seems to be the trend here. It's like some people have a mindset, but like their world, their physical world doesn't line up with that. So hopefully that helps you. Anyway, those are the air signs. Again, Shauna from Affinity Readings and Reviews on Facebook. Take care, have fun, and be kind.